Have you ever thought about how Mark Tibury retired in just 7 years, starting with absolutely nothing? This isn't the beginning of a fairy tale, but the real-life story of an ordinary man with an extraordinary journey. Picture this, Mark Tibury, just an average Joe, but with a dream that set him apart from the rest. A dream to retire early, to break free from the shackles of the 9-to-5 grind. But there was a catch. Mark was starting from scratch, $0 in his bank account, not a penny to his name. But that didn't deter him. Instead, it fueled his determination, his drive to achieve what seemed like an impossible goal. He was ready to step into the unknown, to embark on a path less traveled. He was ready to take on the world with nothing but his dream and his relentless spirit. So how did Mark Tibury manage to retire in just 7 years? Let's dive into his remarkable journey. Mark Tibury's path to early retirement didn't happen overnight. Quite the contrary, it was a gradual journey, meticulously carved out with persistence, discipline, and an unwavering belief in his financial goals. In his early years, Mark was just another face in the crowd, working a 9-to-5 job, living paycheck to paycheck. Life was a constant struggle as he found himself caught in the vicious cycle of earning and spending. But something was about to change. One day, Mark stumbled upon a book about financial independence. The principles in the book resonated with him and triggered a mindset shift. The idea of being enslaved to a job for the rest of his life suddenly seemed absurd. He started viewing money not just as a means to buy things, but as a tool for creating wealth. He realized that he needed to save more and spend less, but he also understood that saving alone wouldn't get him to his goal. He needed to invest. Mark began devouring books, attending seminars, and learning everything he could about investing. He started small, investing in low-risk assets. But as his confidence and knowledge grew, so did his appetite for risk. He ventured into stocks, real estate, and even started his own side business. However, the journey wasn't always smooth sailing. There were setbacks and failures, but Mark saw them as learning opportunities. He learned to be patient, to weather the storms, and to keep his eye on the prize. He also started tracking his expenses and cut back on unnecessary spending. He opted for a smaller apartment, started cooking at home more, and even gave up his car. These sacrifices may have seemed extreme to some, but to Mark, they were necessary steps towards his ultimate goal. His frugality and investment strategy started paying off. His wealth began to grow, and he could see his dream of early retirement inching closer. With determination and a clear vision, Mark was well on his way to financial freedom. Every success story has a turning point, and for Mark, this was it. You see, Mark had been steadily saving and investing, but it was one key decision that propelled his journey towards early retirement into overdrive. Mark made the bold move to invest in real estate. Not just any real estate, mind you, but rental properties. He was no stranger to the idea, having seen countless others amass wealth through this very avenue. But it wasn't until he dove into the world of real estate himself that he truly understood its potential. He began by purchasing a modest duplex in a growing neighborhood. It was a strategic move. The locale was up and coming, attracting young professionals and families alike. Mark became both landlord and investor, renting out the property while its value steadily increased. This wasn't without its challenges, of course. There were late-night repair calls, tenant disputes, and unexpected expenses, but Mark was undeterred. He saw these hurdles not as setbacks, but as part of the journey. And through it all, he learned, adapted, and grew. The duplex turned out to be a goldmine. As the neighborhood flourished, so did Mark's investment. The rent he collected was not only covering his mortgage, but was also providing him with a steady income. Emboldened by this success, he replicated the model, purchasing more rental properties. Soon the income from his real estate investments was surpassing his day job earnings. This was the game changer. Mark was no longer just saving for retirement, he was creating an income stream that would support him in his golden years. This was his turning point. His key decision to invest in real estate not only accelerated his journey, but also transformed his dream of early retirement into reality. It was a calculated risk, a bold move, but one that truly paid off. And just like that, Mark Tibury was no longer just dreaming about early retirement, he was living it. Mark Tibury didn't just stumble upon success, he had a strategy. A well-thought-out, meticulously executed strategy that would lead him to financial independence and early retirement. Mark's strategy was three-pronged, focusing on passive income, frugality, and smart investments. Let's break down each of these elements. Firstly, passive income. Mark understood that one of the keys to building wealth was creating income streams that required little to no effort to maintain. He explored various avenues, from real estate rentals to dividends from stocks. He didn't limit himself to one type of passive income. Instead, he diversified, making sure he had multiple streams of income flowing in even while he slept. Secondly, frugality. Now, frugality doesn't mean being stingy or depriving oneself. It means being judicious about spending and understanding the value of money. Mark practiced mindful spending, cutting out unnecessary expenses and focusing on needs rather than wants. He didn't live a Spartan life, but he knew where to draw the line. Thirdly, smart investments. Mark didn't jump into every investment opportunity that came his way. Instead, he did his homework. He learned about the market, understood the risks involved, and made informed decisions. He didn't chase quick profits. He was in it for the long game. His investments were diversified across different sectors, reducing risk and maximizing potential returns. But having a strategy is one thing, sticking to it is another. Mark was consistent. He didn't let setbacks deter him. He didn't deviate from his plan when things didn't go as expected. And this consistency, this discipline, was a vital part of his success. Mark's approach to financial independence wasn't about quick wins or get-rich-quick schemes. It was about patience, discipline, and smart money management. It was about understanding the power of passive income, the importance of frugality, and the art of making smart investments. By sticking to his strategy, Mark Tibury was able to retire in an astonishingly short time. This is not a fairy tale, but a testament to the power of a well-executed financial strategy, a strategy that anyone can adopt and adapt to their own financial goals. So where is Mark Tibury today, and what can we learn from his journey? Fast forward 7 years from the start of his journey, Mark is now basking in the glory of early retirement. He's swapped the hustle and bustle of Wall Street for the tranquility of a beach house in Miami. But don't be fooled. Mark's days are anything but idle. He spends his time mentoring aspiring entrepreneurs, sharing his wisdom and insights. Mark's advice to those looking to follow in his footsteps is simple. Understand the value of financial literacy. It's not about how much you earn, but how much you save and invest. He emphasizes the virtue of patience. There's no such thing as an overnight success. It's a game of persistence. And lastly, hard work. There are no shortcuts to success. It's the sum of small efforts, repeated day in and day out. Mark Tibury's story is a testament to what can be achieved with determination, a clear strategy, and a little bit of luck. So, what are the key takeaways from Mark Tibury's journey? First and foremost, Mark's story underlines the importance of financial literacy. Without a basic understanding of how money works, it's impossible to make informed decisions. Mark started with $0 and a mountain of debt, but he educated himself about finance, learned how to budget, and understood the power of compound interest. This knowledge became the foundation of his successful strategy. Next, we see the significance of having a clear vision. Mark didn't just want to retire. He had a specific goal of retiring in 7 years. This clear, time-bound vision is what kept him focused and motivated, even when the going got tough. It served as a beacon, guiding his every decision and action. Patience and perseverance were also critical factors in Mark's journey. Financial freedom is not a sprint. It's a marathon. There are no shortcuts or easy ways out. It takes time to pay off debts, save money, and grow investments. Mark understood this and remained patient, consistently chipping away at his goals over 7 years. Hard work is another essential takeaway from Mark's story. He didn't rely on luck or chance. He worked multiple jobs, cut down his expenses, and invested wisely. He was willing to make sacrifices in the short term to gain in the long term. His determination and hard work were instrumental in his journey towards financial freedom. Lastly, Mark's story highlights the importance of starting early. The sooner you start planning and saving for your retirement, the better off you'll be. Time is a crucial factor when it comes to growing your wealth. and Mark leveraged this to his advantage. Mark Tibury's story shows us that it's never too early to start planning for retirement and that with the right mindset, anything is possible.